Hello everybody and welcome back to the ESL Pro League as we're ready to conclude our series now between SpaceSoldiers and Astralis. It was incredible stuff. Moments of history were made here from the Intel Esports arena. It was absolutely fabulous, Ben. All the way to a third overtime. It seemed like it was never going to end. It was that jam-packed.
Yeah, just think we thought it had ended. And then we got the triple overtime to compensate for that little mishap, I suppose, that occurred. And Astralis took it in triple overtime. SpaceSoldiers, probably a bit heartbroken to be honest that they didn't get to take the win, because 12-3, they're looking great, 14-10 even. It just didn't quite happen for them.
No. Very interesting game though. Wild stuff. But now we move on to a map that, in theory, should be a little bit more one-sided. This is Astralis' home turf, really. They're definitely first class when it comes to train.
Yeah, if it's not just Astralis' home turf, it's Devices for sure. I mentioned the game at Istanbul. He had 21 kills in 7 rounds. It was outrageous, like things we've never seen before in terms of looking at people's stats. It was like 200 ADR plus at the 7th round, having that many kills. He just knows how to work that map beautifully with an AWP. And that was something we didn't really see from him on Inferno, if I'm honest. And
it didn't seem like he had to. The majority of the time, the rifle was much more effective for him. He was an entry god when it came to that T side towards Banana, but that should change now. Obviously, Train, much more AWP-centric, allows those scopes to have a good effect, and especially when Device is the one wielding the weapon. Let's have a look for the odds for this one. I wonder how that's going to affect them. Not that much.
I reckon the previous game probably knocked it a bit down.
Yeah, probably a tad.
Because, I'd probably say Train would be a heavier favourite for them. But maybe looking at the previous map, they're thinking, no, Space they're actually all right.
Yeah, they're not bad.
But looking into Train, Spacers don't have that dedicated AWPer. You're against a Device. It's a bit of a mishap in terms of matchup right there, isn't it?
Well, that's true, because we actually saw that all passed around by pretty much every player from SpaceSoldiers.
Funnily enough. I mean, Paz was probably the more successful of all of them, right? But then Major tried, didn't really get anything done. Kali X he had at one point, which it wasn't too bad, I guess. It was okay, but it wasn't really impactful, is the main thing.
No. And they're going to need some impact, because that game was a showstopper. It pulled out all the stops and provided for some fabulous counter-strike. We're back in, though. It's on Train now. SpaceSoldiers will be on the terrorist side. Astralis over on the CT side.
So Glaive might have heard those players running through the halls here, because he's playing close ladder. Yeah, he definitely did. Look at that rotate Astralis have made. They've got 3 players playing inside that site. If it's a B play, they're ready for it. So Major lining up the smoke. This is the smoke I think that lands towards Z that he's lining up. And then he's going to flash them out in B. But the 3 players, like I mentioned, they're walking into a trap.
Device goes down and Zengin will get the initial kill. Glaive actually does go in for the backstab as well. Dupree from a distance with the USP able to unload upon them. There's Glaive! Oh, the flick! The adjustment there was just juicy, Ben. And the only one that's left is Engin. Glaive going to try and close that out. Already carrying on with the dominance that he put up on the first map. I mean, he was a showstopper. Literally matching Paz's frags the entire game. Kicks this one off with a huge shebang. 3 kills to his name in the pistol.
I was going to say, the shots that he just landed, that's got to be a confidence boost instantly. He's already thinking, well, maybe Inferno wasn't just a one-time thing. Train can be too. And he started off strong, has an M4 now. SpaceSoldiers, because they got that plant, we're probably thinking this will be a 3rd round buy from them. No purchases of any kind here. The P250 engine, that's it. And I imagine this is essentially a throwaway, right? So Zipnik's the B player. He doesn't have utility to deal with a group of players, but he does have an M4. And as well as that, I think Device will come flying up that ladder as soon as there's contact. He'll be right behind them trying to get that money.
Looking for money. Device, as he just hides right now, waiting for the correct time to go for the play. The angle is going to be held by Major on the lurk, but I don't know if he'll really get too much for it. That MP9 should be able to shred him fairly easily. The rest of the players, though, set up to go for the walkout. Engin from a distance rips the head off of Glaive, but Zipnik's the nice tracing there. Look at that. That was so beautiful.
And they should be able to get on. I mean, Device is flowing down that ladder, and he's actually stopped the plant as well. Major was meant to stop him from doing that. But instead, they get no plant. They did technically lose 2 players who had M4s. I believe I did see Glaive not actually top of his armor. He stayed with the Kevlar, which is why he got destroyed on that peak by Engine. So as I mentioned, the buy comes through from SpaceSoldiers. Full AKs coming out here. And it's actually decent grenades, considering. Paz actually opting to get a HE grenade instead of smoke. It's an interesting one. You don't normally see that. I mean, Train's not a great one for T-side aggressive utility.
No.
Look at this aggressive play from Astralis, though. They want team main control, and they want it fast. Straight in there. Glaive already got the full control. SpaceSoldiers were not actually controlling it themselves here, so this is a pretty okay situation for them to be in. Glaive, he's getting spammed through the wall! Oh my god!
Nearly didn't get out of there because the constant tag slowed his movement so much. It brought him down to 4 HP, but eventually he was able to get away. Hits his forehead there on the bomb
Switching with
train.
Dupree there as well. Yeah, I was going to say, I could see Dupree slowly walking towards him like,
Yeah.
give me gun, old noob.
Yeah.
And there we go. So Glaive keeps the MP5. There's not much he can do with that, if I'm honest. Like, it's all well and good to give Dupree a better weapon to use on his 100 health. Or that grenade. But, you know, it's a run and gun weapon, and Device, they're just dropping into his crosshair.
They're just gifting him the kills for free, Ben. Easy peasy.
And this round for SpaceSoldiers, they've not been able to play their own round here at all. From the get-go, Astralis took team main control, and they made SpaceSoldiers start to question everything they did. And Zipnix, thankfully been smoked at lower by his teammate. He's going to have a bit of a job ahead. Major very close to him on the radar.
Headshot through. Gets the tag as well. Actually does do it. Yeah, the flick up to eliminate Engin. And it's all on KaliX, but he can't really get anything done. I mean, he's so low. It just takes one stray bullet, and Magisk will be the one to become the harbinger of death there and take him out of the server. 3-0 off the back of the pistol. Astralis, they're coming in very strong on Train, and that's what you'd expect, really. They are definitely a team to lock it down and perform when they need to.
I think there'll be a stark contrast in terms of performance here.
Yeah.
Compared to that previous map, it was very, very close last map. I think this will be very one-sided. Based on how this has started, especially, SpaceSoldiers will be a bit deflated from that previous matchup. Astralis, on the other hand, full of confidence. They know they can just take this win, especially on a map like Train. It's quite surprising to see some teams not actually go for like Deagles when they buy pistols like on eco rounds, like on Train especially, right? Because there's a lot of long-range angles where Deagles can be very, very impactful. Instead, we've got all P250s and a Glock on KaliX. And Zipnix. He's done that last round. He took the contact at upper and then instantly fell back. As soon as he knew it was a pistol, though, look how far back he fell. Glaive is taking a big risk actually playing this close to the pistols.
Ooh.
Doesn't need to be there. He's going to fall back from that. In fact, he baited it for Dupree.
That was nice, actually. Good old bait and switch, and it allows Dupree to get that pick onto Major. 4 Ts remain still for SpaceSoldiers, and they're a bit fragmented. They're playing it fairly slow as they do hold back for the meantime.
Yeah, SpaceSoldiers just trying to wear them down a bit in this round, right? Just trying to get as many grenades used. But Astralis, they're not biting at all. They know they don't need to use smokes towards many areas. Glaive playing close to team main here. Very risky, but it does have head armor this time. Depends on how aggressive he peeks here. Takes a headshot instantly, but it doesn't matter. He's got an M4. The firepower exists right there. And last man standing engine. He'll be walking into Magisk's aim. In fact, Magisk forces the issue.
Yeah, takes the fight himself. Does get left on 10 HP, but he doesn't die, and that is the big point there, really. 4-0 now as SpaceSoldiers will finally reinvest and get the AKs through. No AWP, all AKs, but a ton of utility. And could this be the round where they start to wake up, splash the water on their face, and get back into the action? Round 5, how's this one going to go down?
So you can see Astralis, Device, keeping the rifle. He knows he doesn't need to use the AWP. He's in a very good spot right now in terms of rifle use. And I suppose this works as a good testing round as well. It shows how good can Astralis be even without the AWP. That's a good entry out there. Zipnix gets the kill, but does get traded quite quickly by Paz. Device. Oh, that spray was not good at all.
No, it seemed like he expected the movement to carry on there from Paz. Tried to fire ahead, but missed the shot. SpaceSoldiers have now got the advantage. They have a firm grasp onto the round if they can carry on playing like this. Astralis is spread thin as well. Dubious of where to send that additional player, and Magisk can group up towards B.
Glaive has just peeked around alley as KaliX pulled away. He was originally watching on that little train boosted bit. And unfortunately, as soon as Glaive clears this angle, they're already both players at B anyway. But Glaive's going to have this big backstab coming in about 25 seconds. If Astralis can hold on to that B site long enough, he'll have a huge impact here.
Can rotate the whole way around and be critical into the round, and Paz gets the kill. But look how low he is. Dupree, the spray from this position should have been effective, Ben, but it's nothing. The fire's snubbed out in seconds, and Dupree is done for. The only one that remains is Glaive, but I don't feel like it's going to be a glorious save today. Seems like he might just have to try and get out of there. Instead, Major forces the issue, finds the headshot, and SpaceSoldiers do get around there on number 5.
That was Paz once more. He was the hero in Inferno. Gets his first 4 kills of the game, and actually gets Space with their first round. And because of those deaths there, Device picks up the AWP. Magix currently has an AWP, but I'm not too sure. Actually, it looks like he is going to be using that towards Ali by the looks of things. But this looks like a quick strat out main here by SpaceSoldiers. They're taking the issue and coming straight out.
There's the first carnage. Yeah, as the frags come through, Dupree! Oh, his head gets cut off then. Santaro's going to find that one. Paz with the easy follow-up. Magisk fires back upon them. They are left in the 3-on-3. They have site control. The smokes are up. The Glaive's able to push straight through. Glaive playing with such confidence right now, but SpaceSoldiers are winning these fights. And it just leaves it on Magisk.
Very, very peculiar in that outside hold. So, I mean, Device, he was originally playing very aggressive. He managed to get away, but then they just couldn't land their shots outside. I mean, I believe it was Glaive playing quite close towards E-Box. He got that first kill, but then just couldn't do anything. Zantares ripped his head off. And Magisk has to save that AWP. He got a kill with it, but from that, he couldn't do anything else. So 4-2 in favor of Astralis still. But the CT side money is coming into effect once more.
Magisk needs to save the AWP if he can. It would bolster up the Astralis economy a little bit and give them an extra support pillar. And no one detects him. Santares wasn't going to push out, so he does get through and at least hold on to the weapon. And Paz still carrying on, being the most impactful player for SpaceSoldiers. 5 kills into the game so far. Everyone else sat on 2.
Astralis are buying into this. So Dupree had enough money to buy. He drops an AWP for Device. Although, no, in fact, he doesn't even drop an AWP for Device. I think Device dropped a UMP for either Glaive or Zipnix. And there we go. I was going to say, when's the trade actually going to occur? So Device gets that AWP and just keeps his. And Magisk gets the opening kill as well. That's a big frag. And Glaive, he seems so heavily focused towards getting this team main control. And SpaceSoldiers haven't really had any focus in there other than on their eco rounds. But because of that entry towards Ali, Device now playing more towards this B side of the map to aid his teammate that is playing their Zipnix. Take's going to come through in Zipnix. He's all alone other than Device.
Okay, Zipnix. UMP in close range can be effective if he can upset, and the headshot is well executed. The follow-up frag as well, but he gets 2 before he's punished. But the response is good. Major and Endian take a pill apiece. Device will be able to punish though, connects the wall bang. And all of a sudden it's a 3-on-1. And Major is outnumbered massively. The rotate comes around, Dupree should find it, as he'll get close towards him, but he's actually got through Pop Dog and slipped out. Backstab comes through, the AK will slaughter him. And that's another round now picked up for Astralis. The CT side looking pretty effective.
I think my issue with that round by SpaceSoldiers was, as soon as they lost a player towards Ali, it looked like they had nothing left in terms of playbook use, and they just instantly resorted to just going towards one site as 4 players. Like, it was only 1:15 on the clock or something. It wasn't like it was a late round burst. And obviously they ran into that B site. I can't remember which player it was, but someone, they just ran on the bomb site with the bomb out. They hadn't even cleared coil. And Zipnix has 2 kills, when he probably should have only got 1. And again, it looks like they're wolf packing towards B. And Device, he seems so willing to play heavy, like, you know, double B. And that grenade timing could have been even better, but they're actually walking towards the lower ramp. Here comes the burst.
This is just going to be a Zipnix annihilation, surely. 1, 2, 3. It's just easy, Ben. He's just overthrowing them as they push through. There is a double kill back in favor of SpaceSoldiers, however, and Device has the AWP out. Misses the initial shot. Again.
This is an easy backstab for him. He knows where one of the players is. It's just a matter of time, really. I think he's waiting for a flash from Magisk. There goes the flash, there goes the peek. Both players should be falling any second now. Yeah. There we go. Nice and easy. I mean, that's more of the stuff I mean. No playbook use. Just a burst on B. into Zipnik's crosshair. The flash didn't even get him. He turned it beautifully. He heard the flash getting pulled. There's got to be more from them.
Yeah, they are just getting really outplayed completely. SpaceSoldiers not looking like the same team we saw in Inferno, and this is going to be a pause coming through from SpaceSoldiers. About time. They did need to try and switch things up, as it's not been going well.
Yeah, it's been quite evident from what we can see that the playbook is lacking, that they aren't really sure what to do. The last round they tried to play default, they also played towards Ali, and they just didn't know what to do from that. And it's hard to play train when you are down a man in a round, for example. And you do feel like you suddenly have to just commit towards one of the sides. But when you do that, chances are you're committing into 2 players because they have that advantage. Right now, it looks like they're actually going to buy into that as well. You can see AK on Major there, AK on KaliX, AK on Zantares. He doesn't even have head armor. And they're buying into it. You've not got much utility. Like, it's got to be a fast round from my feel. The longer this round goes on, the less map control they're able to get with the guns that they have. So you can see Major taking the hit there. He actually bought the AK himself, but he's actually said to Paz, I think it was, I'll take the Galil, have the AK. He's the only one who really has grenades as well. This is going to be a rough one. It might just be a fast down pop here. Instead, it's again towards B. Zipnix has been so good there, though. Why are you feeding him even more? The burst comes through. He's already mollied the ramp. They're coming straight into his crosshair again.
Oh, Zipnix with the first kill. Tries to get the follow-up. Oh, he will as well. The follow-up as he gets the headshot on Engin. Zantares responds with the AK spam. Device punishes Major. Oh, Device on the orb.
He knows what the other player is as well. KX got a big ask. And he nearly got that flick again. It was right over his shoulder.
It's crazy how effective he's been, but he missed the shot. Does go down. KaliX now in a 1-on-2. Actually somehow peeled this round back from the jaws to defeat the awkward spam though, and Magisk sidestepping as he overpowers him with a USP of all weapons, and that will be a 7th now. Gives a bit of extra time so they can recover that AWP as Magisk dropped it. Glaive will get the defuse, 7-2.
Double AWP is recovered. And with good reason, Device taking some pretty crazy shots there. Magisk, when needed, he has landed the shots. But I just don't understand the theory behind just going B again. Like Zipnix, he's playing well right now. Why are you going towards B? Just doesn't make any sense to me.
And they're feeding him the frags as well, so they're getting him more and more
straight in his crosshair as well. It's not even like he's having to work for it right now.
No.
The half fight does come in from SpaceSoldiers. They've got some CZ armors, some grenades in play. It looks like it's going to be a split from Pop and also T-Main, but Astralis played so aggressive. May just nearly died in that one Molotov.
7 HP.
He stood in it for that long. Ridiculous. And again, Glaive's been playing so aggressive towards T-Main. It's been his own. It's basically been Glaive main at this point.
Yeah. He's taking control. He owns the lease for that one at that point.
Oh,
Glaive.
straight into his cross there.
Yeah, just pushing out.
He's even taking the fight here too.
The finesse, the flick up with the CZ. Device holds the angle, and of course, fitting it would be Device for the final blow there to take down Major. 8-2. A very, very big contrast compared to what we saw on the initial map. Astralis, they're in the driving seat. They are proving they're that team that is really right now the best in the world, and for a reason, Ben, especially on a map like Train.
And Major, he knows something has to change. He picks up the AWP. And there's 2 AWPs on that CT side, as we've mentioned. Magisk towards Ali, Device roaming around more. And Astralis going for an aggressive play towards B here. Engine might get caught out. Straight into the peak of Zipnix. Dupree even puts a Molotov out at Appa. He'll take the peak. And Paz. He's playing so well today.
Yeah, he is just on fire in a lot of these rounds. A complete inferno coming out from Paz. And it is a 4-on-4. Could have been the 4-on-3 if KaliX could have got that kill, but instead just brings Glaive down to 41 HP. The Molotov gets dished, but Magisk, he's taking whatever fight he wants.
It's so bizarre. It's from a player who's not comfortably an AWPer, really.
No.
Right? He's a rifler by every means. And Zantares, he's on top of blue. How's he going to do this? Zipnix does get that trade. A Major wins the AWP battle towards B. That's completely different. We didn't expect that. And he's even taking this angle towards lower as well. He's going to catch the rotate out of Z if it does come out. Both Astralis players so low. But it doesn't matter. I mean, Zipnix somehow he wins that fight.
Oh, the timing's fabulous there as well for Paz. He drops the smoke just as the Molotov would have ignited around him. Gets the first kill. Bails out as well. Tries to reposition as he's going to scurry away, Ben.
Xyp9x knows exactly where he's going there. Xyp9x has already got himself. He's just facing right in the center there. Straight into his crosshair. He's got 18 kills. He wasn't as good on Inferno, that's fair to say. But right now, he's showing why he's the best B player right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's been incredible. So effective each and every round. Good read there into that one as well, so he was able to counter it even when Major went for the full rotate. And SpaceSoldiers, they go for a pause once more. They try and adjust, and they need to, Ben. They've just been struggling.
Look at that ADR from Xyp9x. 164 after 11 rounds. Phenomenal stuff, really. Like, as I say, he's not had to work for the kills. Like, they've run into his crosshair. He's not had to make any crazy, flashy plays. He just needs to be in the right position, which is something he does so well. So this is similar to that Paz first half, we think about it. He's got the 3 KD again.
Yeah.
And that's at 11 rounds, too.
It's big. 164 ADR as well is definitely nothing to put your nose up at. A bit of a shocker coming through from Astralis and how effective they've been. And here's the difference. No AWP this time around, just the M4s that are actually in play.
Yeah, potentially due to the money, I suppose, that not feeling like it's worth the investment. And SpaceSoldiers, though, forcing into this. It's fast down ladder. Device doesn't win that battle. He dinks him. But that's not enough. Dupree is there to save the day, but he doesn't get the kill.
Yeah. Moves it into a 4, I was going to say a 4-on-3, but Magisk with the adjustment kills Engin as he gets the headshot off. Paz sprays down back through Magisk though, and it is a 2-on-2 here as Major pushes up, gets into a close angle.
Oh, that noise. And Glaze made such a good move here. Finds Antares. Down to Major now, 1v2. It's a very rough situation. They don't actually know where he is. He knows where both players are though. He can get both of them in the back here.
There's one. Has to try and get the second, holds the angle, expects him to go for the peak. Is Xyp9x, and Xyp9x goes down. Major does it. The SMG spray downs. He slays them.
Phenomenal round. Leading by example. It's one thing we love to see. And he knew the exact movement on his opponents right there. And Astralis, they have to force into it, right? Xyp9x buys the AWP. Device gets an AWP. So it's not a bad buy by any means, considering the firepower of those 2 AWPs. The question is, what are they going to do with them? Xyp9x had an upper spawn, he's going to take that. And Device, look how aggressive that is. It's the same outside rush that they did before SpaceSoldiers. The Astralis players, they've given up yard. Dupree's ready in that pop dog, but what impact can he get?
Engin kills Magisk because he will be able to get the spray off with the M4. And Astralis mighty outnumber here as SpaceSoldiers are in a pretty good position. The backstab comes around, Glaive and co. Slowly walking up into the rear. Major might not suspect this.
All depends on the time, I suppose. Both players with CZ and armor looking for a gun of any kind to take. But Major, he looks ready to take the peek, but the right-hand peek always favours them there. Dupree grabs the AK. That's some good loot.
It's a big save for Dupree. Xyp9x has this AWP as well, so as long as he doesn't falter and go down, it will end quite nicely at least. It's going to make it a 9-4 scoreline. SpaceSoldiers, they are starting to find their feet in the late half here of the first half of the game, but is it enough? Have they woken up a little bit too late?
An engine does pick up the AWP there too, SpaceSoldiers. So we didn't see much success when they did have the AWP. But it looks like they're willing to try once more. So 9-4 though. Astralis, they're in double eco here, technically. They should be forcing into this in my mind. This is what they did it last time. They had about 2k on average. And they did force into it. You see Device basically using up all of his cash there. Magisk, near enough all of his cash as well. They're trying.
Oh!
What? They line up! That's a phenomenal entry there from Major. And this is probably round over. I mean, Xyp9x, he needs to save that AWP again. But it's going to be a much bigger ask than the previous round. He's going to have a lot of time to try and hide here.
They can hunt for so long. The entire bomb timer is their opportunity and the tag comes through. Yeah, Xyp9x brought down a 73. They know he's a priority to try and take out. Majisk is there, but it's just a measly CZ he has to try and back himself up, and they're going to go around. They don't fancy going up Pop Dog.
The issue is for Majisk, if he's anywhere in this area, he's going to die to the bomb explosion. It's planted on that side. He needs to get away towards the B halls area, otherwise he's going to die.
He's not really moving.
He's not moving enough, that's for sure. This bomb explosion's going to kill him. I mean, Xyp9x gets that kill. They'll survive away from the terrorist's aim, but I think Magix dies. He's already fallen there, and Xyp9x...
They can push this as well.
He's missed! They lose the orb!
Oh, that's rough.
Oh, he doesn't even double
triple
zoom.
as well.
Yeah,
it was actually
so
nearly the
close.
triple.
The scout buy comes from Device. You got 3 M4s there, make that 4th on Xyp9x. It's a very bad buy, no kit. SpaceSoldiers is in good position to go 9-6 here.
Oh.
That double nade though, Major's not going to get the multi-kill this time.
Yeah, no, instead the only thing he's getting is 2 nades straight to the face. That does put them in a pretty good position.
played no B&B this round. They actually committed so heavily towards that outside play. And I think Xyp9x is going to get it just as... In fact, they just changed the call. Kaliak gets that kill, it changes everything. 4v4.
Dupree. Waiting to see if they were going to push out through mid, but instead Kaliak does just fall back and try and link up the rest of his team. Xyp9x, he has been flawless at B, and he's still there now. Oh, Device with a connection as well. Takes the first pick on Xantara as he tries to slide out through Pop Dog.
So Xyp9x did get contact at upper then. And he's going to fall all the way back. He knows they have the man advantage. And Device, he misses that first shot. He's peeking further, but he needs to get back. How long can Xyp9x play around behind this smoke without being seen? Didn't see the player towards upper just then. He'll hear that player drop. He should get the drop in oil.
Ooh.
Tagged by his teammate, I think, though.
Yeah, it seemed like it. A little bit of a spam back with the smoke by the opposite side. Xyp9x does walk up close on the bomb train, glides in, but Paz and Engin get a killer piece, and it is just Engin that remains in a 1-on-2.
There's no kit in play is the issue for Astralis here. Engin, he's got a flash to play with, and he peeks before the tap even happens. Really good play by him. Got about 15 seconds left on this bomb. Glaive needs to get the kill in the next 6 seconds, otherwise this isn't going to happen.
Going to go out for the face, but Glaive holds the angle. Yeah, lovely stuff. He's going to be able to get that defuse. Just the nick of time there. And that will make it a 10-5 half in favour of Astralis. And still, SpaceSoldiers, they have moments of greatness where they're being able to take it. But looking a little bit different, a little bit burnt out. And obviously that last game was such a long affair, considering that's off the back of them playing an entire series beforehand as well.
They played the best of 3 just before that in 3D Max. And then they played 46 rounds on Inferno.
Yeah.
Crazy situation to be in.
They have another best of 2 after this as well.
Yeah, they do on the A stream. So that's the rough situation to be in if you're that like those players, because you played now so many hours in a row. And those odds truly reflecting how Astralis are a very strong team on train. Just to show that they're more likely to win now, even though it's a CT-sided map. Switching onto that T side, they're just that good.
Yeah, they are so strong on this map, and that has been proven. I mean, Xyp9x towards B has basically just been shutting them down round in, round out. They've had no chance of upsetting. And Astralis looking confident. If they can close this down, it does mean they would nearly achieved all points from today, as they will be walking away pretty happy with 5 points, leaving SpaceSoldiers with 1 if they can take this next map.
And don't forget the 6 points they got against FaZe as well. So that's, you know, 11 out of 12, considering they had FaZe and SpaceSoldiers, who are 2 solid teams. Yeah, it's a good little collection there.
Good way to start off your run in the league into this season of Pro League.
So let's see, what can Astralis get done here? So they've got quite a lot of grenades bought for this pistol round. And Device, he is seen making that run out towards Olaf. But he's causing a lot of mayhem. I don't think they're expecting to push through alley until it's a bit too late. Engine, he knows it's coming. He lands that first shot. Can he get anything more though? Look at Paz.
Filthy way to start it. And Paz with a double kill, Ben. They can handle 2 men at once and almost a third, but Xantares will take that off him as he gets the headshot up on Xyp9x, and they get themselves a 6th round. A huge opening pistol there for SpaceSoldiers to keep them alive.
Yeah, they're in a very good position here, as long as they convert this round now. So remember, the stat I told you on Inferno, Astralis, when they lose the pistol, they still win 30% of the rounds when they force into it. This is not by any means an easy round to win. So Astralis, they've got 2 smokes and a flash available. Not too much when it comes to utility, but in terms of firepower, 2 Deagles and 3 CZs, and that's a bad start for Major, instantly dinked. By Altares. He's got the bomb there. It's by no means protectable, but you can get that info.
Let's go back for more and starts to unload. We'll get the kill. Also, in the meantime, Kaliex has been able to kill Dupree, so it's just Device and Magisk that remain.
Yeah, both the Deagles that I mentioned in play. And Zantares, because of how low he and Major are, they know it's not really worth trying to force the defense on that bomb. And Device and Magisk, they know they need to make some kind of big play for kills. They don't make it work. So SpaceSoldiers convert that round. It was a very dangerous one, looking at the stats. But they make it work, 10-7, probably looking at 10-8 here. The score's getting closer.
Yeah, it is. They're peeling it back, as it was a great start for Astralis, but losing the pistol round means SpaceSoldiers, at the very least, you get them to an 8. 8-10.5, try and build it back from there, then Astralis can reinvest and try and lock it down. To this one, though, it seemed like it's all out aggression. A B train about to pull into the station, and Major's ready. The nade as well blows them to bits. I'm surprised they're even still standing after that one.
The burst out of upper comes in. Major, he needs to stop that bomb plant. He does get the player jumping across with the bomb in his hand, but just a matter of time, really. Gets taken down. That nade was so much damage.
Yeah, it is wild. Easy pickings for him there, though. Good amount of money made off that one, and that is the 8th round as we expected. However, Astralis can now reinvest. It is just AKs. There is no AWP coming out on Device. But can they slay with the AK, Ben?
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something quick from them here. Purely because they don't have that much utility available to them. So there's quick smokes come through. So that's the sandwich smoke and E-box smoke coming down. I wouldn't be surprised if they go fast down ladder here. So you can see Zip next. He thought about going down, but I think he heard Paz run closer.
Oh,
that pre-fire! Straight through the wall! Major, I mean, a bit shook up there.
yeah, the 2-tap. And they actually lose Zantares as well. That is a big impact frag, as Glaive will be able to overthrow him. And Paz pushes in. Slides through the smoke to play close towards Pop Dog in case they come through ladder. But SpaceSoldiers have already lost a man and taken a big hit. Glaive, however, is also low.
Yeah, Glaive taking a headshot for that frag that he did find towards B. Magisk looking towards Ali. He hasn't really had to do much in terms of pressure until now. Engine uses his smoke towards Ali. Magisk uses his molly. And they exchange blows there. I mean, Engine takes a good hit from Magisk. Followed by a HE grenade as well. This round is not looking good. The longer it goes on, the health points on SpaceSoldiers, you got to think it favors Astralis. They're risking the inner bomb site stack. I like this idea, and it's just as the take comes in. All 4 players from SpaceSoldiers are going to be here. 2 mortals in the same spot though.
Oh, dubbing Molly down doesn't really help them out, but luckily enough, Paz and Co are able to just execute them.
No.
Such excellence, but Paz, the reposition, Magisk was in the perfect angle to counter it as he faces. It's an open shot. No congestion, a free frag, an 11th round picked up as Astralis. That might be the play that starts to turn the tide, Ben.
A small difference if he just reloaded behind the white train. He had no idea that Magisk was going to come flying down that lower ramp. I mean, they'd saved that round, essentially. It was a 4v5. They all risked that stack. And it was working out for them. Down to a 1v1. Unfortunately, it doesn't go their way, but it was an expensive round for Astralis to win. And SpaceSoldiers still have the buy. So you see, this round is a lot more slowed down by Astralis. Much more reserved. Magisk all the way pretty much back in T-spawn watching the alley push. Not as much pressure towards B this time. And Major buying the AWP towards B is quite interesting. That's the actual anchor. It's not often you see the anchor on B just straight up buy an AWP and just play everywhere with it.
Yeah.
That's a good kill to fire by Paz. Kills Zipnik's in ladder. And this was originally going to be some A smokes. But Paz, I was going to say, he was winning the fight with ladder, but he loses out to Glaive. That changes everything. Oh, Kaliex.
Smokes are going to go down. Zantares will get the headshot over on towards Dupree, but Zantares brought quite low. Still fights through, however. And Kaliek supports him. Gets the kill on Magis. Kaliek still just slaughtering everyone that comes towards him. And it is only Glaive that remains, the IGL. He has B site control. No one else is there. If he wants to go for the plant, he can quite happily.
The issue is he thinks there should be a B player around here. But they're nowhere near it. There's another 10 seconds for them to actually get to him. He's going to go for this plant on the oil side of the bomb site. So as that comes in, we'll see that rotate come in. And where's this smoke being thrown? I mean, unfortunately, I don't really know what he was planning to do with that smoke throw.
I don't know.
But clearly he had something going through his mind, right? He must have thinking, if I throw this off this wall,
I'll be sad.
This might land in Z. But instead, back turn, Major gets the easiest retake of his life. Gets the defuse. And SpaceSoldiers, they win a big round there. Astralis, it was such an expensive win that they got. It means the money is not great. So you can see there, they're debating this buy. You've got 3 players who are not going to be able to buy very well. And Glaive buys that deagle, that initiates. It's not going to be a forced buy round. SpaceSoldiers, they're going to hope that this is going to be quite clean, right? They need to build the money on their CT side. The issue is, if you've got Major warping B as the dedicated anchor, I was going to say if he gets killed, it does leave a hole in your defense.
And he has been killed. Glaive entries with a deagle. The push comes through, but Zantares tries to hold them back with the M4 as he'll spray down the first man. The adjustment for the follow-up headshot. The Zipnik scavenge the AWP and punishes because of it as he opens up this round even further. It's a 2-on-3, but they're dropping like flies, Ben. It's all up to Device to say that if he can get the AWP, it would be a good weapon to have in his hands, which he will.
Grab the AWP and try to throw it away. In my mind, I don't think you win this with no armor. If you can try and get it out of some window that's nearby, that'd be an incredible play. But then again, it is Device with an AWP though. If there's a player who can clutch with an AWP, it's probably him.
Not when they're that close and they're stacked up against you. It isn't going to work out. They're actually keeping this game close. This is going to be an 11-11 pretty much if it carries on like this. Astralis will have cash now though.
Yeah, and they did recover that AWP for Major. Seems to be relying on it in that B site. But the question is, did his confidence get struck quite heavily by that upper peak that he just did and got destroyed on it? Hopefully not, as otherwise this B site could be a very weak presence on the map. Going straight towards him, he's warping lower, he's missed the shot, the grenade will come out, there'll be a lot of damage, he's no-scoped it.
Gets the no-scope off, falls back from the nade, tries to get the second but couldn't. And Zantares is going to try and help, but it's actually Magis that slays. One kill comes through, Device with a follow-up kill. Molotov takes out Paz as Glaive will be the one to ignite him. And it is a 2-on-2 here. The bomb hasn't gone down just yet either, and Device is playing so aggressive from the angle that he's in. Up close, sitting by the bomb train, sitting and slaying as they still keep peeking him, and he's just dancing around then.
Playing really well. Very slippery style of play there. Engine, he didn't see Device move. He finally spots him, he gets the kill. He still has a kit, no smoke, but he does have a flash. This bomb is not planted for lower. It's planted on X. He'll find out very shortly as soon as he sees there's no bomb there. But Majestic is so close to him, I wouldn't be surprised if he just peeked randomly here. He's still looking for that bomb. This is such an awkward plan. He's waiting for the sound cue. He hears Magis coming, and that should be the round win.
Yeah,
he's done really well there. That plant was so awkward. I don't really know why it was planted there.
Very bizarre. 11-11 as it does keep close now. And this is very interesting to say the least. The tactical pause will come through for Astralis as well as they try and hash it out. It's all tied up then. It's starting to shape up like Inferno once more. Considering that this is a map that should be even more stacked in the favour of Astralis, it is a shocker they're being able to keep them on their toes.
I mean, I suppose a big part of that is Paz, right? You know, the first map, a big reason why SpaceSoldiers were so in the lead at one point and also contesting with Astralis was because Paz was playing unreal. He had, what, 46 kills at the end of that game?
Yeah. He's
got 24 already here. And meanwhile, on the other side of it, Dupree has not played very well so far in this series, if I'm honest. The first map on Inferno, he wasn't doing too great. It was like a minus 13 kill difference. He's currently only got 7 kills.
I mean, last time it was Glaive stepping up massively. This time it's had to be Zipnik because he's on 23 frags. And How's it going to go from here as we carry on with the action already? Just a tremendous amount of entries found as the CT side annihilates Astralis.
Engine building up off that clutch he just won. It's 2 kills towards Ali. Calyx backs him up with another one. Glaive, he's just tempting fate really, it was just a matter of time then. Dupree walks into the spam of Xantares there. And SpaceSoldiers take the lead for the first time this game. Phenomenal stuff. And the money's... considering how many rounds SpaceSoldiers have won, it's not actually looking as good as it should do, really, just because of how many players they have lost. And Astralis, they finally resort to the device picking up that AWP. What can he actually get done with it? Looks like they're heavy towards B though, aren't they? Scoped on the upper peak. Major's not actually peeking at this time either. This is such an early boost on the server box. They failed it. That's a boost you should not be failing.
No, that should be so easy for them. The nade rolls in though. Transfers a slight bit of damage back going towards Engin. Going to take him down to 72.
Fair bit of damage just traded so far. Mainly through grenade use by the looks of things. But Device is AWP, not been able to do much so far. They were expecting Majors to potentially have an AWP in that up or B bomb site. But instead, rifling now. Doesn't consider the AWP to be a very good idea. A bit of a costly investment. But time is ticking away though for Astralis. They need to start thinking about where their end goal is. Lining up smokes above ladder. This is going to be an A execute. Combination of T-main and Pop Dog. So you can hear the smokes being pulled. Just a matter of time until they actually release. The issue for Astralis is Paz, he's playing close now. He still has a Molotov available. If he sees these smokes coming over, he's going to Molotov one angle and fight the other one. He's already in ladder. That pop flash is perfect.
Glaive gets the initial kill, the tag comes through and does backstab a little bit. Engin goes down, there's the slaying play from Magisk as well, as he just doubles it up, Ben. So sublime into the round that he needed to be. He stepped up majorly into this one, and Calyx will struggle, falters as Glaive, takes the headshot against him. It's all on Major in a 1-on-4. It's going to be tied up, it's going to go 12-12. This game is still so close, constantly back and forth.
Yeah, Major needs to keep a hold of this gun. Xantares not got much money here, and ideally Major will drop him as M4. And it'll give them a very good buy into this next round, and potential for a reset on Astralis here. Very unfortunate. The double flash into ladder then, like Paz, I mentioned he was a big player on that outside push. If the first flash had not got him, the second one guaranteed it, and they dropped into it, got the kill on him for free, and from there Magisk just took control. So we should see Major dropping an M4 across, I believe, towards Xantares. And he'll probably go and AWP himself here, I imagine. Depending on the situation, what he feels like. There we go. Grabs the AWP. And he is going to go towards B with it. This looks to be a fast execute by Astralis though. They've got ladder control for free. No contact, no battle at all from SpaceSoldiers. So again, SpaceSoldiers, they're playing so defensive on this outside part of the map that Astralis are actually attempting to do an execute or burst of some kind from just inside ladder. Like you see one smoke's already been lined up. Glaive will do the other one, and you've got Device landing one here. So this will be the full site smokes coming in, the triangle effect fully. And it'll be a burst from ladder. But Paz, again, he's in such a good position to fight this off. The question is, how good are the flashbangs when they come in? That's another smoke. The bomb didn't get planted until 10 seconds left last round. We might see that again this round.
Yeah, this could be right down to the wire. 5 rounds left here of regulation time to see how this one will actually shape up towards the end. We've got 30 seconds on the clock, and they're about to go for a huge burst out through Pop Dog. Flashbang's going to go over. The smoke, it gets muffed up, and this could really come back to bite them as the push comes through. Paz gets a big spray down on them, makes them more supple as they push up towards that site. If they don't have enough sustain, they could falter. They get close. The bomb is going to start to go down as they will plant it just in the nick of time. Device cuts off the rotate. Engin, no backstab potential tonight as he is sent down. Zipnix with a further frag as Antares flicks around but finds nothing for his time. There is a double kill to bring it into a 2v2 at the very least. Major and Paz, the only two that remain for the CT side. Paz elevated above Zipnix. Major connects the shot over onto Zipnix, and Device has to do the unthinkable now. A 1-on-2, he's blind, he pushes around, goes for the peak, misses the shot. Paz will get him. There is such little time. Major's still on the kit, they haven't jumped on, they jump on, but it's late. I don't know if he's got this.
I think he's got it just about. Oh, that was so close. The bomb was planted on top of the train. It's very awkward to sometimes jump on that train from the incorrect angle. And I just can't believe they managed to get that around it. I mean, Paz messed up. He was playing that close angle behind E-Box. He threw the molly towards ladder a second too early.
Yeah.
He did it as the smoke was still there. If he got it when it was fading, he probably gets all three of them trying to get out of it. But instead, the round went so close, down to the last milliseconds. 13-12 SpaceSoldiers. I mentioned that reset was a possibility. Astralis now having to talk about their buy here. SpaceSoldiers, the buy's not even great on their side either.
They need to sort things out and get themselves into a good position. They're going to be panicked because of this, and they do reinvest. Device, no money for that AWP. Can't afford it. So they will just have to go for the AKs across the board, and this is scary, Ben. SpaceSoldiers, they are starting to look like maybe there could be an upset potential here.
I mean, they're looking at real contenders if you think about the grand scheme of things, right? I mean, challenging Astralis on 2 maps now, when they've had arguably one of the best map pools we've seen in modern CSGO. Something absolutely crazy in this. In the same setup that Major ran earlier on, Antares will go for that peak in about 5 seconds. But unfortunately, there'll be nobody there for him to see, which might be even better. Major throws the flash for him, he'll see nobody there. But Astralis, they'll be able to note that, they'll know. They flash peeked B, they saw none of us. But the execute outside's coming in.
And look how low they are already. The damage is being done by that utility. Dupree just sent straight off the Burns ward as he'll be nice and crispy. The crunch comes through as well from Paz. He'll get the headshot off on Glaive. Device goes down. This is not good at all. Magisk is on 12 HP and his teammates have been executed. He's the only one that remains. In a 1 versus 5. No chance. 14-12.
And it's absolute reset. Look at their money. There's no chance. They've got to be thinking, right, do we play for overtime? Because right now, they're taking all the pauses they can. They've got 1900 at their lowest, at best 2750. They get 2400 for losing this round. So 3 of your players are looking at most 4300 for Eco this. So even if you Eco, it's not even going to be a fantastic buy unless you get a plant. And the only place you can potentially get a plant is at B. And there's no doubt in my mind that SpaceSoldiers will probably play 2 there. With this pause coming through, though, they are clearly talking about it, and you can see Glaive there. He's initiated that. They're going to be buying this one. Very big risk. It's all or nothing, if I'm honest. And SpaceSoldiers, they're now in a position once more to take this game. They've been at this scoreline before. They were at this scoreline on Inferno. It's a very big round for them. Not even a primary weapon in play from Astralis. It's just Deagles and CZs. And it's not like they're going straight for an execute either. 2 players towards alley, 1 in T main, 2 towards B. And as I mentioned, Antares was always going to be towards B, helping Major if needed. Gets the first kill. A very good start for SpaceSoldiers.
Kaliax will get the opening kill, takes down Dupree. There's 3 players that remain now for Astralis into this one as they do have to fall back already. It's not gone well, it's getting worse as the time ticks on. Paz will find that critical kill. Glaive does try and cause a bit of an uprising, gets 1. But it don't seem like he's going to be able to spark a revolution today. It feels like it will just be a matter of time before he's snuffed out. As the push goes around, Paz trying to find it. It goes for the peak. Engin will get the tag. Paz now knows to clear the angle, but with the timing, Magisk gets off that Deagle shot from his hand cannon.
Yeah, very unfortunate case there for Paz. not knowing exactly where you can be seen from when you are running around. Glaive, there's only 15 bullets left in the CZ. And Major now having to reposition towards B. Coming up to 35 seconds on the clock. They have to commit towards one of the sites, and it looks like it's going to be B. Major, this angle is perfect for the situation. If they go down lower, they go to plant, he can stop it. If they come upper, they're straight in his crosshair. It's all about how long he plays around. And Zantara is dying. It's probably better for Major. It means he can just guarantee this round victory. He'll stop the plant. That should be it. He can Molotov the bomb. And now it's just up to Glaive. He has to run onto it. There we go. Free round. 15 to 12. SpaceSoldiers now. 3 match points to win this one.
And look at the cash, Ben.
Nothing left for them whatsoever. I said it would be a risky move. And this is probably the final pause. This could be SpaceSoldiers taking it themselves, to be honest.
It's Astralis going to go for this one as their last tactical pause.
A third successive pause from them. Truly using up as much as they can. I like to see everybody use this, because it's there for you to use. You might as well try. And it means they're probably going to talk through this buy round fully. Once again, I wouldn't be surprised to see no primary weapons, right? No SMGs in play.
No, it doesn't seem like it. The cash won't allow it. And SpaceSoldiers, if they win this, it means overall in terms of the series, they take the advantage for points.
That'd be crazy to consider that. And as you mentioned, if you were to tell them at the start of the day you're going to get 4 out of the 6 points available against Astralis,
you're happy with that. By far, you've got to be. There's no way you could turn your nose up at that. It's a huge result, and this should be the last round. They should be closing it out right here, right now, and giving themselves a pat on the back for the Turkish fans. It should be a 16-12 game, because Astralis only have CZs and 1 Deagle to play with. Sure, they have utility.
They've missed the sandwich smoke. So that's not helping things. This is actually a combined push from Pop Dog as well as Ali and T-Main. Paz in a good position to deal with things, but it's actually a fake towards B. Zantares, he's got a deal.
Oh, Zantares walks into it, gets the first, tries to fall back. Gets the second, Ben. The fadeaway shot on Zipnix before he perishes, and Major sprints his way over, but he doesn't even need to be there. Engin has already stopped the push before it could develop into something interesting. Glaive and Magisk are the only 2 that remain. This is going to be a 16-12 upset for SpaceSoldiers, surely, unless somehow
they're giving the plant to them.
They can go wild into this round.
So the bomb being down outside meant that that B push was never going to be a thing unless they got even more kills, right? Magisk could play huge here. He gets that first one. They're giving him a chance here. This Molotov guarantees that that plant will go down. However, there's a player through ladder. Pushing out! He gets the kill, though!
It's Paz. You can never count him out. He's a powerful player.
The little gap. This is still winnable. Glaive had a phenomenal clutch in that first game to keep them in it. It's all about the timing on this peak towards Major here.
He had more than 1 big clutch round, but this time it doesn't feel like the stars should align for him. He does go for the pre-fire, though. That's gifted him a weapon. He now has an M4 to play with, and he's in a much better position. Tries the strike, gets the uppercut, and it all comes down to Paz. He's so low, he can't get on the bomb at this point. Oh my goodness, Glaive! The glorious play. Clutch after clutch after clutch.
I can't believe he's doing this to them. He's already... I said he had it again in the first game. Surely this doesn't go to overtime.
You know he had to do it to him, Ben.
I can't believe it.
15-13. There is now no money on SpaceSoldiers.
They're trying to get a good buy in that last round. They're accepting that this will probably go to 15-14 here. Major was the only player who had about 7,000. And it's a fast outside take from Astralis here.
This could be overtime again.
It's looking like it. But that's a good start for them, though. Paz, look up, they're falling to pieces!
They've all crumbled, Ben! The pistols have just overthrown them completely. Astralis, the lights are going out. They're not shining tonight as SpaceSoldiers are suffocating them. Device, though, jumps down, comes into effect with the MP5 as he'll splatter Paz. Magisk responds, but the Deagle is strong, and it is just up to Device. It's a 1-on-2. Device sprints his way over towards the B site. He has the MP5, a small amount of utility, and he's got the better of him in terms of being able to make it to B. He can plant the bomb. They have recovered weapons, though. MP5 versus AK and MP5. Starts to back off, drops that smoke, but here comes the backstab. Is he ready for it? Yes, he is. Slays Zantares, and it's all up to Kali X in a 1-on-1. He's going to sprint up towards the bomb, tap it to try and force the face. Device has the GG Molotov, chucks it out. It's going to ignite the bomb. He has no reason to peek at this point, and that is the round.
Yeah, no kit in play whatsoever. He's going to hope to try and kill Device here if he does check for it. But Device, he knows he doesn't need to. He can wait it long enough. And Device wins the 1v3 to save them again. Astralis, they're holding on for dear life right now. 15-14. This is crazy.
Hops somehow just clutching onto this game and keeping themselves alive. It's ridiculous, but this is going to be the last round here. This will either provide us with a victor and allow SpaceSoldiers to walk away with the majority of points from the matchup, or we're going to overtime again. And that would be an insane feat. Already on Inferno, it was ridiculous to see him force it into overtime, but if they can do it again on Train, it would be such a crazy, shocking result.
And now the double orb comes out from SpaceSoldiers, and unfortunately the double orb, one of them already falling there to Device. Major has his other one towards B. It's not a good start for SpaceSoldiers at all. It must have happened as the smoke bloomed there, really enforced for Engine. And now SpaceSoldiers, they're, you know, last resort here, boosting Z. Minute 10 on the clock. They're going to hope that, you know, Astralis run into them, but it's not looking good for them at all.
Oh, here comes the push. Glaive with the headshot will take down Paz. This has got to be overtime, surely. There's no way this goes in favor of SpaceSoldiers at this point. Mage is the only one that remains. It's an AWP and a 1-on-4. It's just a matter of time until he falls. There it is. Zipnix with a neck breaker. 15-15. Overtime again. On Train this time. A map that is Astralis' home territory through and through. And SpaceSoldiers, they have been testing them, Ben.
It's just crazy to think. 15-12. And Glaive in that 1v3, then Device with a 1v3. And from there, they controlled that last round of regulation fully. But you've got to be thinking, SpaceSoldiers now, how much mental fortitude do they have? They've already lost one lead into overtime and then the game. It looks like they might do it again. Like Astralis, it just shows how much resilience they have, really, as a team, that they're able to come back from this. And the fact that they've got so many players capable of clutching rounds like that. Like in this particular series, Glaive has been absolutely unreal. Saving them round and round again. And it looks like he might have just saved them at least a point.
Yeah, it is crazy. Even if they do go on to lose this, they have that secured point for either side that takes the loss here. And it's still damn wild how both of these games have gone. They have been really neck and neck the entire time. It's always been so close. It's just so hard to call, and it shouldn't be that way. Astralis, you feel like they should be a clean cut ahead of SpaceSoldiers into these matchups, and they're just not.
Yeah, it's a crazy thing to think about, really. But I suppose that just shows how, you know, some people do doubt SpaceSoldiers when you come up to matching them. Like, they're not a team you probably do a lot of homework for, right? So when you face them, and they're just banging you out on every corner, you're just like,
how do we
what's
beat
happening?
this? Yeah.
What's happening? So you can see SpaceSoldiers, no AWP investment. Device picks up an AWP himself. Flash peek is going to come through. Major, he's ready to peek off of the flashbang from his teammate. Peeks it. There's nobody there to actually be flashed. But he's going to get the drop on Zipnix though. It's a free kill. He thought there was more players behind it. But that's a fantastic start to the overtime scenario for them.
Engin takes a bit of damage, but does stay alive. He won't go down and fall to that, so still in position on 70 HP as the smoke gets launched out. Grenade going to respond.
Solid damage. That's a guaranteed headshot kill there for an M4. But look how defensive this hold is on B. Dupree's been allowed to peek down the lower ramp. He's seen nobody. Glaive is all the way across upper. B is empty. Major's giving it up for nothing. Ooh. And he dies.
Yeah, Glaive with a flick shot takes down Major. Zantares pushes around off the back of the smoke, gets clear vision, finds that kill, but look at the backstab. It could be effective, it just depends how Dupree opts to play it from the position he's in. It's a power play as he sits close, but is going to fall back. Launches out the flashbang, gets to a better angle, and he gets tagged up. Completely overthrown there by Engin, and it is all on Magisk. He has the Molotov. The Molotov is so important depending on the timing. But Zantares has the smoke, launches out the smoke.
He has to take a firefight now.
They've got to just jump on the bomb, and he's got to try and force the face.
There's no way to win this. Surely not.
He gets the first headshot. They're going down the spam with the smoke, but Kaliak saves it. And SpaceSoldiers get the 16th.
I can't believe he was given a chance there. Like, why was Kaliak not just facing the same angle as Zantares was? Like, so bizarre. I suppose it doesn't matter. They win the round. That's what matters for them right now. Major at B, I don't understand that play. kill a player at B, and then just give it up fully towards Z. So many weird decisions. So many big risks being made. But they still win the round. Could this be the game they actually do take, though, in overtime? And finally, they do that boost properly.
Yeah.
They failed it last time.
It works out this time, Engin. He's not too slippery.
Oh, they know... Major has been a problem in my mind at B site. They've isolated that weakness. He is getting support from Xantares. Xantares re-smoking that low ramp, but it's too late. They're coming in.
Ooh, Xantares gets the first pick. Major and Xantares! Explosive as ever. The combination is just critical. As everyone goes down, Ben, the only player that remains is Magisk, and he's going to be quaking in his little boots, surely.
Forcings is such a difficult issue. 1v5 in overtime. They're not even that heavy tagged either. 40 health on Major, and he doesn't even get a chance. Calix takes him out. A clean round from them. Just as I thought that B site was weak, they just clean house.
And we saw in Inferno, it was a constant trade back and forth of 2 rounds, 1 round each time. If they get all 3 rounds on their CT side, this could be game.
You gotta think so, right? You know, that confidence going into the T side, you have so much like space to go risk-free. You could just do a fast outside rush, you could do all kinds of crazy stuff. And it looks like they might just do that same play towards Ali again, because they didn't actually get seen doing it. So you can see they're walking up to the server box. Is Magisk going to look for it? And they've made the boost and they get the kill. There we go. Oh, really well executed.
The nades roll through after them, but it's just too little too late. It doesn't do that much damage, and this is perfect. This has to be an 18-15 if they played their cards correctly from this point onwards, as they're set up to lock it down. And Astralis trying to counter it. We can see the push coming through from Device. The contact torp in close range, but Engin, he can backstab him.
He heard it.
Oh, the pre-5 minutes nowhere near eventually finds it though, somehow. The elongated spam from the AK eventually rips his way through him, and there's now only 3 players remain. Pre-burns!
That's the second time he's done that this game. And at the other side, Xyp9x has entered, killed Major, killed Xantares. He's pulling all the players towards B.
He's gone.
But Glaive, 1v3. Can he do it again?
He starts it off well, but he's taken a fair bit of damage, leaves him on 34 HP. He has been the clutch king for Astralis in this series. He's been the one tying them together and keeping them through round in, round out. This time, though, will it happen again? 35 seconds on the clock. He bails out of there and begins to reposition. Sets his gaze towards the A site. But there's a man there.
Oh, straight into his crosshair. 3-0 on the CT side for SpaceSoldiers there.
They need 1 round.
1 round on the T side as well in this overtime system. You can risk so much with your buys. As I mentioned, you could do a fast outside rush, try and catch them off guard. An inside rush. You can do all kinds of crazy stuff.
The only good point to take away from this is the fact that it is at least going to be what, the 3 points there for... I mean, actually, they're going to split the series equally, really, aren't they? If they take this, it's going to be split, yeah. So they're going to actually nullify each other and leave each other on 3 points, which isn't the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, I mean, SpaceSoldiers, if you were to say 3 points, they'd probably think, we win 1 map, we lose the other.
Yeah.
Instead, it would actually be a situation where
it's both
we trade overtimes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Astralis, they've got to be happy that they've got to overtime again. But now they've got this huge hill to climb again. Like, they can't rely on Glaive to clutch them out every single time. So it's simply not possible. And again, look at the top of the scoreboard. Paz 33, Glaive 28. Crazy stats for if you consider a best of 2.
Yeah.
Add them together, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, the overall series KD they've had has been incredible.
Look at this fast B rush. I said there's a lot of possibilities. Engine's put on Mach 10.
Yeah, the Mach 10 play. He's bold and it works, Ben. He gets the entry, the SMG, sublime damage found as he just lops the head off of the first man. This could be SpaceSoldiers taking it 19-15. It seems like it's their game to lock down at this point. Xantares up close and personal, just waiting for them to try and defy him. Both of them playing anti-flash. He's got support. The constant nades are keeping them at bay. Goes for the backstab. Magisk gets one on the Major, but Xantares begins to unload. It's a double kill. Wants the hat trick to close it out, and he'll get it. 3 kills, easy as that. SpaceSoldiers take the map. They both trade overtime games.
I can't believe he's bought a Mach 10 and made it work in overtime when you have 16k. A T-side buy is 4,900. When you get AK, Kevlar helmet, all the range you need.
For Mach 10.
There's no need to.
The Biggie Smalls buy, Ben. The Christopher Wallace play paid off.
I suppose having that movement, extra little bit of speed, maybe that changed everything, right? He didn't take as much damage from the Molotov. Who knows, right? But they do take that in overtime. Each team gets 3 points for this.
Yeah.
So SpaceSoldiers is probably going to be happy that they got that at least, right? But ultimately, the composure was not there through all the maps.
No, and it's actually pretty crazy it even got to that point as well. It's ridiculous it was able to go both maps in overtime, Astralis taking Inferno in the third overtime, and in the first overtime, a very clean play from SpaceSoldiers there. And it felt like actually they could have taken it in regulation if things were slightly different, which is such a crazy point to even think about.
Yeah, I mean, just 15-12 we were at. And that's when Glaive hits a 1v3. Device then hits a 1v3 of his own. And then they got destroyed in that 30th round. But just think about how close they were to even winning that 29th round, I think it was, where they had just pistol, they didn't even force buy, but everything was just going wrong for Astralis. Everybody was falling like flies.
Absolutely ridiculous. Clutch rounds upon clutch rounds and ridiculous stuff still being shown from Glaive. He stepped up majorly in that series and proves how much of an asset he is for Astralis, not just as an in-game leader, but as a fragger as well. Ridiculous, but that is it wrapped up. Our second series of the night is finally done and dusted after a ton of overtimes. They have both traded points and they take 3 points each. We have one more set of games to go. Wendigo versus Heroic is our final series of the night, and we'll see you back with that after this.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, Vodafone, The Road to Odense, Betway, MSI, Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, Mountain Dew League, and ESEA.